just for one cycle. Oh, yeah, that helped. Per city ordinance, on April 1st, 2024, the trash sanitation increased its trash rate from $9.85 to $17.50 per month. For this change to occur within our programs, the software used in the billing office had to be modified by our service provider, UMS. The utility billing office has two billing cycles. The first statements are mailed out on or around the 12th of the month, and the second ones are mailed out near the end of the month. Last month, in the first billing cycle done on the 12th of April, the programming software did not properly bill those customers. The software billed all the consumers the old trash rate of $9.85 instead of the new rate of $17.50. This error was discovered after the first billing, and we rectified it before the second billing occurred at the end of the month. So approximately half of the people were billed correctly in April and the other half were not. To correct the programming error that occurred in April for the sanitation trash charge, each customer who was underbilled in April will have an April trash bill adjustment charge on their May bill of $7.65 to make up for the underbilled trash portion on their April statement that should have been billed in April but was not billed accurately due to the programming. The amount of $7.65 is obviously the difference between $17.50 that should have been billed and the $9.85 that was billed. And I just wanted to put that on the record so everybody knew what was going on. Any questions?
I think the letter's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah, and I'll get this to Hannah and see if she can maybe post it online too, so they can look at it. And I've given it to Bob too. So
The media has a copy, so.
yes, okay. Thank you.
Thank you, Brian.
Thanks, Brian. Unfinished business.
Good morning, Board.
Morning.
Yes, we have, so the first item is, we have an extension for Marilyn Hance, 523 and 525 West Street. She,
Okay,
sorry,
we're not ready for that yet, unfortunately.
okay,
That's further down the agenda.
Yeah.
it is?
Yes, what we were looking at was the unfinished business for 524 Jefferson Street and 755 West 3rd Street, which I don't think we have anything current to present. I think we'll have to keep those
Yeah.
tabled for now.
Okay. My mistake on the PACE funding request. Yeah, I do not have any information on 524. Regarding 755 West, West 3rd, I think we're going to have to table that again because I have no contact with the grandson. So is there a limit to the number of times we can continue to table anything?
No,
Okay.
we'll just
Okay.
leave that tabled until
Sure.
next meeting, so
My mistake on the PACE funding, I apologize.
that's
Okay,
quite all right.
no worries.
Under new business, we have a change order number 1 for the Ohio Theater. I think Mindy's going to be explaining that to us.
Yes, good morning, Board. Presenting for Tony Steinhardt this morning. This is the first change order, and maybe only change order, on the Ohio Theater renovation, the exterior renovation project. And just as a reminder, this is, the original contract sum was $409,900, which was almost $100,000 under the estimates, so we had room in this project, so currently under budget. This change order is for $8,906.80, and it is for items that were discovered once they removed the outer pieces of the facade that they were not able to see prior to.
We have a whole lot of wood material is rotted.
Yes, a lot of rotten wood. And they had crawled up in there and gotten behind it, but this was just stuff they couldn't find at that time.
Things that you couldn't see until you got it uncovered.
Right.
And you say this project did come in under budget, so there is room in the budget for
Correct.
the change orders.
And also, according to our EDA with the Ohio Theater Group, they will pay for half of this.
You to expect the project to still be done on time.
Do not.
Okay.
What is the current time frame?
Sorry, I don't. It's Tony's
you know
project,
that
and I'm
off-
sorry that I
That's
don't
okay.
know.
I
I'm
couldn't
sorry,
remember
on the change order, it does say date of substantial completion is, June third.
June
That's for the
3rd.
change order. I don't know on the overall project. I apologize.
Well, I'll make a motion, then we approve the change order number 1 for the Ohio Theater project.
Okay, I'll second that motion. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
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 Thank you.
Next item on the agenda is HWC sidewalk contract. And I believe Mindy's got the information for that.
You're back.
All right, so you will remember, I think it was 3 summers ago, we had hired HWC Contracting to do our first ever sidewalk rating to match our road ratings. And they went through and walked every sidewalk and gave us a spreadsheet and of all of the conditions of all of our sidewalks, the existing sidewalks. And then they put together a priority list of the worst ones. It is rated very similarly to the way we do our roads, so that when we do our CCMG and our road projects, we can try to match up worst sidewalks with worst roads. So we have been doing that, but it is time to update it. We have done a lot of sidewalk repair, replacement, even added some new sidewalks in certain places. So I wanted to have them come back and give us an update on where we stand on sidewalks and their conditions. And in addition, I have to submit as ADA coordinator and Title VI coordinator documentation and updated plans every 2 years, I believe it is, to the state. And I contracted them to do all 3 things for us. The ADA transition plan is obviously our curb ramps, accessibility features, and Title VI is non-discrimination and like the if someone comes to a meeting and needs assistance in hearing a meeting, and we have to make those things available. So they will do all 3 of those things for us. This contract is a not to exceed contract, so they will bill us hourly for doing all 3 things, and the total contract will not exceed $38,000.
So it could easily be 24,000.
Correct.
Of the worst case scenario that you talked about on the sidewalks, what percentage of those have been addressed? Do you have any idea right now?
We started with the worst. I don't know a percentage. I can't give you a percentage, but that is obviously where we started. We did not start with where there are no existing sidewalks.
Okay.
We started addressing the worst. It's just that there's a lot of them. I think the mayor said there's about 6 miles of
Yeah, there's a bunch.
poor sidewalks. So it's a lot. It's
I know
going to take a while.
I know there's been a lot of changes and a lot of new work and new
Yes.
sidewalks, and it looks
Yes.
good.
And we are addressing the ADA accessibility as we do it, which increased the cost, which obviously shrinks the amount of distance we're able to do, but
Right.
Mindy, does the ADA compliance, that affects grant funding?
it does. We receive federal funding, so we're required to do this and keep it updated. And it also, as a part of that, will go through our city facilities and parking lots, everything that the city owns, to make sure that everything is in compliance.
I know it seems like all the sidewalks down around where the new grocery is being developed, looks like there's a lot of changes in those neighborhoods. They all look good.
Yes. Trying to fix drainage as well whenever we can, but that's a different beast.
Well, with that, I make a motion, then we approve the contract with HWC for the amount of not to exceed $38,000.
I'll second Carl's motion. Do we have any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Thank you, board.
Mindy, while we got you at the podium,
Yes.
there's several projects going on.
Yes.
Michigan Road,
Yes.
Clifty Drive, the Mulberry Street corridor,
Yes.
maybe you could give us an update on
Happy to.
those?
Some of those projects are mine, some are Tony's. We tried to work in tandem this year on these. I know that's a little bit of a headache, but we're getting a lot done in a compact period of time, I feel like. So, the Second Street corridor, that's a combination of CCMG for the roads and sidewalks and Tony Steinhardt's project with the DG Market and the Arts Corridor. That, I believe they are coming down shortly to start paving. They have almost completed the sidewalk work on Mulberry. We did have a traffic accident on South Mulberry that took out certain new work that we had done in a driveway approach and a telephone pole and some of the sidewalk and curb. So I believe that's already been replaced. Second Street, they are now starting to work on the east side, past Mulberry on that. So that's been a lot of work, but it is coming together and starting to get in its final stages. Michigan Road was milled and paved last week. They should be striping as soon as weather clears up enough to allow that. The only thing left on the CCMG project that we have left to do is Craigmont. So we're trying to move some monies around and make sure that we can do all the concrete work we need to do on there. That will be paved from Mauser all the way to Clifty. We'll bring a sidewalk in conjunction with the Clifty Sidewalk project there by the bank. And then just trying to figure out what else we can replace as we move down toward Mauser on driveway approaches. There's a drainage issue there that has eaten away a lot of the concrete and pavement. So that's going to be probably one of the last things that we do on this project. Still waiting on county to start the bridge project on West Street. I don't have an updated date on when that's going to happen. I know they had done some preliminary engineering work, but I don't have an updated timeline on that one. So
that project affects the paving on West?
it does, and
Mulberry,
if it gets delayed, if the bridge project gets delayed, what we'll probably do is just pave up to a certain number of feet and let them complete it for us when they do their bridge project. We don't want to get in their hair, and we can't really delay our project for the bridge. So we'll be working with the county on that one. Blackmore Street, I believe, is done. If you've driven down Blackmore, they got pretty much all new sidewalks, curbs, gutters, driveway approaches, and paved road. The one piece on that road that will still need to happen is the construction crew hit a manhole cover and sort of messed up that whole aperture. So they are going to, we didn't want to delay paving that road anymore. We told them to pave it, come back, they'll cut it out, and then they'll put concrete. So it'll actually be a better situation for that manhole cover than the blacktop was in the first place. So we're okay with that.
I know that intersection up there where they're putting in the new medium right there where you can't turn into the Shell station.
Yes.
That's gonna be starting, I think, looks like this week.
Yes, it looks like they've got all those surrounded.
Yeah, they
and
do.
they're starting to take those out so they can redo them. I think that will look very nice. I believe they're doing all four at that intersection, and then new stoplights and paving. So
I watched one guy
big
pushing one of the barrels down
yeah,
with his pickup truck here. He wasn't doing any harm. It was moving right
Right.
along. But,
all right.
yeah, right there at the bike.
Just for social media purposes, that is a state project.
That is
Yeah.
most of that is a state project. So the state had, I think, 3 projects on Clifty Drive. We had the Clifty Drive sidewalk project from Stellar,
Right.
from the prior administration, that we worked with NDOT to bundle with their projects, which saves us money in preliminary engineering and different pieces of it. So they've bundled it all together. We paid them our portion, and they're handling the whole thing at this point.
There's going to be has been a lot of work going on,
Yes.
and it's continue
Yes.
to be a lot of work going on.
Yes, but I know it's a little bit confusing on Clifty, but I think it will be worth it in the end and look very nice.
You have to put up with a little bit of inconvenience for
Right.
improvement. So.
Right.
Thanks, Mindy.
Thank you.
Appreciate
Hey
it.
Mindy, before you go, will they notate where they are putting that in there on Michigan Road, that there is no left turn out of that gas station?
I assume so, but I can double check it.
That'd be great,
I
because
haven't
I
looked at
can't
the
tell you
specs.
how many people I have seen
Yeah.
turning left out of there,
Right.
even with oncoming traffic.
Right.
So that would be fantastic.
I
if
will
they'd
take a
address
look at it and let you know.
it. Thank you.
You know, heading north and southbound lane is never safe. Yeah.
Okay, next item on the agenda is a resolution. 2024-21B.
Resolution 2024-21B, a resolution of the Board of Public Works and Safety of the City of Madison, Indiana, regarding parking spaces or space closings for movies in the park. Whereas there has been a request filed by Tanya Burnett on behalf of the City of Madison for the closing of certain parking spaces in connection with the movies in the park to be held on May 24th, July 3rd, July 26th, August 23rd, and October 4th, 2024. Now, therefore, it be resolved by the Board of Public Works and Safety of the City of Madison, Indiana, that the parking spaces located between Central Avenue and West Street on the north side of Vaughn Drive shall be closed from 4 p.m. through 10 p.m. on the following dates in 2024 for movies in the park: May 24th, July 3rd, July 26th, August 23rd, and October 4th, 2024. And the parking spaces located between Central Avenue and West Street on the south side of West Street or West First Street shall be closed from 4 p.m. through 10 p.m. on the following dates in 2024 for movies in the park: July 26th, August 23rd, and October 4th. Be it further resolved by the Board of Public Works and Safety of the City of Madison, Indiana, that said parking spaces as closed shall be under the supervision and control of the City of Madison at the times noted above for the year of 2024.
Thank you.
Hello?
Okay. I guess it's pretty self-explanatory. Anything
Yeah.
you need to offer to this?
I'll clarify, the south spots are closed already on May 24th and July 3rd. That's why they're not listed in that, that she read off
Yeah.
for, the car show and regatta.
Yeah.
So they'll be closed off then too, but that's through, they won't be under our control.
Well, I make a motion, we approve resolution 2024-21B.
I'll second Carl's motion. Do we have any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you.
Board, I apologize, back up here. I forgot to ask on the HWC contract for, in your motion, for your approval to give the mayor the authority to sign that contract. Don't know what the process is at this point for getting that in there, but do we need to?
Well, I'll amend the motion with the provision that the mayor has the authority to sign the contract as needed with HWC.
I'll second Carl's amendment to his motion. So, all in favor say aye.
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 Thank you.
Thank you, Mindy. Moving forward, pace midpoints. We have 3 midpoint.
We're sure it's my turn now.
Yeah.
We're,
We do all three of them.
we're ready for you now.
I was so excited to get going. I love this public speaking stuff. Do we talk about the extension first or?
Midway. First on the
Midways?
agenda is the midway.
Midways
Or
first.
midpoint.
Okay. So.
513.
513 West Street, 513 West LLC is asking for a partial disbursement of their dilapidated structures grant funds. They have completed over half of the work associated with their PACE grant. The disbursement request is $12,500.
I guess you're happy with the work going on and the progress being made at that address?
I'm sure we are, yes.
Yes, we are. Okay.
I'm sure we are. Should I go through each one and then we'll go from there? Okay. So 515 now, Mindy? 515 West Street LLC is asking for the partial disbursement of their dilapidated structures grant funds. They also have completed over half of the work associated with the PACE grant, and the disbursement request is $12,500. 707 Walnut Street.
707.
Cornerstone, I'm sorry? Okay. Cornerstone Society is asking for the partial disbursement of their dilapidated structures grant funds. They have completed over half the work associated with their PACE grant as well, and the disbursement request is $12,500.
And this address has been deemed as stable and everything's in order there.
Yes, I believe it has. I don't have
I
that
think
right in front of
Brian
me, but yeah.
Made that, statement the last meeting, so.
yes.
Okay.
Okay.
With that, I make a motion, we approve the midpoint, PACE, grants for 513 and 515 West Street, 707 Walnut Street.
Okay, I'll second Carl's motion. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, we have an extension.
Yes, 523 and 525 West Street. Marilyn Hance is asking for an additional 2-month extension, on her PACE dilapidated structures grant project located at said address. This will allow for the completion of the new entry doors. This is her second extension, but she is still within her maximum 12 months, and her new deadline then would be June 17th of 2024.
What was this kind of a materials issue where you couldn't get them in time?
The contractor came in, I don't have that specifically, but I know he came in requesting it. I think that was an issue, yes, getting the doors.
And it was still within the time frame on that.
Yes, sir.
Looks like maybe contractor was having trouble with the doors being built, so.
I'll make a motion, we approve the extension of 523-525 West Street.
I'll second the motion. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And we have a final, 510 Mulberry Street.
Yes. Central Holdings LLC is asking for the final disbursement of their PACE rehabilitation grant funds. All the work has been completed, which includes windows, siding repair, and paint, and the disbursement request is $7,500.
The paint job in that place really enhanced that neighborhood. It just pops out now.
Yeah.
It looks really nice.
Sure does.
And of course with the wrought iron there, I know that's gotta be 150 years old. I mean, it looks nice.
Yes, it does.
They've done that.
Yeah, nice project.
I make a motion, we approve the PACE final at 510 Mulberry Street.
I'll second Carl's motion. Any discussion? Seeing none, all in favor say aye.
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 Thank you, Board.
Thank you. Thank you, Dewey. That completes our agenda. What's that?
Public comments.
Yeah. Do we have anybody from the public like to make a comment? Seeing none, entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I'll second the motion. All in favor?
Aye.
Next meeting will be
Motion adjourned.
Monday, May 20th, 2024.
Thank you.